Today I'm going to show you how I made this cake stand out of resin and sprinkles. And the first and ever so important step is to line my silicone mold with this silicone, what is it called? Silicone spray. But this is going to make sure that after the resin hardens, I can actually get this out. All right. I always put a lot, just for good measure. I'm gonna be using art resin today to cast my sprinkles in, and I'm gonna mix up a batch of about 12 ounces of that, I think. It's just equal parts of the hardener and the resin, mixed for 3 minutes exactly to make sure that the two parts are completely combined. If they're not, we'll end up with soft spots in the finished product, which is no good. I'm just gonna keep adding sprinkles as much as I can. To pop the bubbles, I'm going to hit this with my torch. Okay, it's been 24 hours, so I'm going to take this out now. I think that my cake plate needs a pillar to stand on top of, so to do that, I cast some more resin pieces with the sprinkles inside of them, and I'm going to take these over to the power sander right now and sand them really, really flat into little discs that I can then stack on top of one another. I'm just gonna put a little bit of resin in between each of these discs, and then I'm gonna adhere it with this Tyvek tape because the resin doesn't stick to this, and just wrap it really tight around them, and hopefully we get a nice smooth finished product. And I'm really not putting that much resin between each layer because it's gonna spread a little bit. As a quick recap, I took the Tyvek tape off of this. It was kind of a sticky mess, but not so bad. And then I just needed to put it on the power sander to get the surface down. I'm going to put another clear coat of resin on top of this because there's some exposed sugar from where it was sanded over. And on looks alone, I think it's fine, but I worry a bit about how it will last with the sugar on the outside. At this point, I've got my top cake plate piece. I've got my cylinder and I cast a smaller circle of sprinkles, same process as before, and this is going to become the base that holds it all up. From here, my cake plate and I are going to go hang out at the power sander for a little bit again, because this is my last shot to sand everything down and really get the edges finished how I want them. And then to assemble this, I have this dowel here. I'm going to drill a hole through the middle of my cylinder, thread the dowel into that, and then put a little anchor divot on the bottom piece and the top piece so that it will all thread together and be nice and secure. I'm drilling first with a smaller size drill bit just to get a pilot hole in there because it'll have less friction than when I'm going in for the final one. Trick to find the center point of this pretty easily with just some scrap paper. I'm going to use some painter's tape to mark on my drill bit where the thickness of my finished piece is. This way I will have an idea for how far to drill into my piece. So I won't drill all the way through it. I'm using a 2-part epoxy for the final assembly of this. And I'm just going to stick this bucket of screws on this to apply pressure while it hardens. Now that the epoxy has finished setting, I think that we can call this project officially done. And I gotta say, I really think my favorite part about this whole project is just how well this sprinkle casting technique came out. They're so vibrant in the resin, and I think that this technique you could use for so many different projects. And if you really like this video, please consider subscribing so that you can follow along with all of the other things that I make here in the Makerspace. Thanks for watching.